Hello and welcome along to creating a one-page website in Adobe Muse with your host Robert Smith. In this part 5 we're going to add some more content to our page. So to do that I'm just going to zoom out a bit, Apple minus like this. Just center my page so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, now first of all we're just going to put some images, some branding images. Now to do that I've got a branding section which I made in a previous video. And I'm just going to move that up to the top, up here like this. Just move this down so we can see it. And place it about there as a branding subhead like this. Now we're going to need a fair amount of room to do what we're doing here. So I'm going to select all of those by dragging a marquee and just dragging them all the way down here temporarily to get them out of the way. And we'll zoom back in again now and have a look. Okay, I'm just simply going to place some images in this branding section by going File, Place. Now the images I want, there they are. You can have as many as you like. I'm just going to put in 4. And how I do it, I've now got a loaded cursor, so I'll just place my first one there. And my second one here. My third one there. And my fourth one here just by clicking. Okay, now using the smart guys I can put them into place. Looks like they're pretty good at the moment. That looks pretty good. I can always tweak those by using arrow keys, whatever I like. So let's have a look at that. Shift Command E to preview it. There you go, looking good. There's our branding section. I might zoom out a bit because I'm on such a low resolution monitor. Looking good. So now we've got some digital video, we've got some branding. I'll just close that. Now let's add a little bit more to it, a little bit more content. This time I'm going to add some typography. So I'm going to select that by dragging a marquee over the text box and the rectangle in the background, and I'm going to move them up to here. That'll be the next section, the typography section, like that. And I don't like the look of that, doesn't look very well centered, so I'll put that in the center like that. I'll just check the branding one's okay. That's all good. Okay, now this time we're going to use something a little bit fancy, something called a lightbox display. And again, we're going to need a bit of room, so I'm going to grab these two and just drag them down a bit further. So I've got plenty of room to put my lightbox in. Now the lightbox lives in the widgets library here. And the one you want is the slideshow lightbox, this one here, not the... There's two. There's a lightbox display in the compositions. We don't want that one. We want this one in the slideshows. So I'm going to click and drag that onto the stage like that. And the minute you drag it on, you get this large picture, which is called the hero image, and some small thumbnails, which they call the triggers. Okay, now what we need to do is, we need to first of all, now as we select this lightbox, you can see it's the same as selecting the menus. Click it once, and you can move it around wherever you like. Click it twice and you can start to edit it. So first thing I'm going to do is click it twice and grab the edge like that and move it out to about there, like this. Then I'm going to grab the thumbnails. You'll notice that they're separate, and I'll just move them up a little bit out of the way for a minute. Then I'll click on there again and open that light box up so it looks like that. Now, down here you'll see across the bottom, let's have a look at these things here. We've got some text to describe the images, if you like. We've got a back, a numbers, and a forward icon. So let's go in and style those things first. The first thing we'll do is click on one of these, like that. You'll notice it's now selected, and we get a little blue arrow. And that little blue arrow will open up like this. And let's make sure we've got Edit Together on like this. So it'll do both the back and the next arrow when we style it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my text tool, and I'm going to select Acme as a font, like that. And I'm going to make it about 36 point, or maybe a little bit bigger, make it 48 point. Okay, then I'm going to select them and grab them and drag them over here. That'll be my next button. And this will be my back button. So I'll just put that over there, and the smart guys will tell us when we're in place. Very good indeed. That's what we want. So we've got a back and a next arrow. I just might try and line those up a bit better. Okay, great. Now we need the description box, and this box here. First of all, I'm going to grab the numbers and just move them over here. We want them over in the bottom corner like that. And then click on the text box, move it into the middle. Actually, I won't even bother doing that. I'll just drag it out like that. And I'll double click on it and select the text and change that to Acme as well. And the point size I'll change to about 30 point. No, it's a bit too big. Make that 24. 24 is probably a little bit big too, so 18 is good. And I need to center that in the box. So to do that, I'm going to click up here in my text like that, and there's my center. So now we've got some centered text. That's the description for each one of the pictures. Okay, and over here we've got some numbers, 3 of 3 like that, which is what we want. Very good indeed. Now it's time to actually add some images. So this is, I love the way it does is if I click here like this on the actual hero image and go to my blue flyout menu, I've got an add images thing here. If I click on that, I'm going to select these 4, brand 1 down to 4, and open that. Actually, that's not what I want. I'll Apple Z that. What I really want, I'm going to add the images, the lightbox 1 to 4, and open. And there they are. There's my images. And if I just click here like that, you'll notice now that we have a big image and we have a thumbnail image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this out and drag this up to make my thumbnail box. This is what you're actually going to see on the stage, this thumbnail box. This big hero image down here will be hidden until you actually click through. So I'm going to select one of these icons, one of these thumbnails, and I'm simply going to drag it out like that. Because I've got edit together stuck on, they will take up the each one of those icons will change as if I move one. Okay, now all I've really got to do. Now, the beauty of this lightbox is that when we preview it, you're not going to see this big black part down the bottom down here. Okay, so Shift Command E, let's preview it and have a look at it. Let's scale down. Let's zoom down so we can have a look at it. It's having a bit of trouble there. There we go. Right, let's have a look at it. There's our lightbox. That's all we see on the stage is just the thumbnails like that. And if I click on it, on one of them, it'll dim the background, and now we can click through them using our back and next arrow, and you'll notice that this changes down here and this changes as well. Okay, now I can't close that. I need to add a close button to it, so I'll just Apple W, get out of there. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to click on this here, this area like that. And on this little blue flyout menu, you'll see you've got an option here for a close button. So I'm going to click on that. And there's my close button. We can add all sorts of things to this lightbox. I just want to grab that close button and move it down to here to the bottom right hand corner. So we can close it whenever we like. Now we can style these if we different fonts and all sorts of things if we wish. But there's a very simple lightbox on how to put it together. So Shift Command E, let's look at it again. Okay, fantastic. I'll just zoom out a little bit so we can see it all. And there it is. So now we've got a digital video section, a branding section, and we have a lightbox section. You can have as many images as you like. Probably 4 is not enough. And there's our close box. We can click on that and it'll take us back. So what have we done in this video? We've added some, or actually placed some still images like that. You can have as many as you like. And we've created a lightbox effect, which is looks pretty distinguished, I reckon, when it comes to displaying your work. Okay, in the next video, we'll add a little bit more content. Okay, thanks for watching.